We are going to test a system that is called the Ostwald reactor. As you can see, this is the setup. I'm gonna bring you around and put you back right here. So I'm gonna go into detail advanced. Basically, this is a propane torch, the catalytic chamber. This is the ammonia generator. This is the ammonia dryer, and not much is visible. This is a pistol hooked to a high pressure, basically to a compressor, working around 8 bar to basically 4, because at 4 it turns out automatically and builds up the pressure. There is like a little adjustable clamp that it is trigger is pressed, so it is like semi-automatic. At least maybe I will have to adjust it during the course, but as you can see, the ammonia is generated here. I'm going to turn on the heating, so we are going to make some ammonia. I'm going to dial it up and going to cover this with the aluminum foil. I didn't put it in because I forgot it, but at least in this case it will be visible more to you that there is 120 grams of urea and 57 grams of sodium hydroxide. A bit overshot. It should supposed to be like 110 or something like that urea, but yeah, whatever. So the urea is in a bit excess, and there is somewhere in the back right there is a steel bar, but it doesn't fucking work. The solution is heated, then the ammonia is generated. As we will soon see that the vapor is going to condense sodium hydroxide. So I overshot the pressure, and the overpressure just fucking pushed the fluid out, which is not too good. This is why you have to be really sensitive. So I have failed with that little shitty pump because it just doesn't work anymore. We have to order a new one out of that also. So the ammonia and oxygen is going to come through the lid into this little flask. It is relatively gunky, but if you believe me that there is calcium chloride in there, and it is like a dust form, and it has been like shaken to one side, so there is a hill and there is a bubble stone inside, and it is covered with calcium chloride, so it absorbs the moisture. Then the calcium chloride out of the basically the moisture absorber, or the desiccant as they say, it comes here, and there is a little platinum mesh right there, the wire that has been bunched up into a little knob, and it is heated by this propane torch. The aluminum foil is basically hopefully acts as a shield, so the plastic tubings are not gonna melt. After that, it reacts catalytically with the ammonia that has been produced and dried, and then it goes into 2 chambers, which are mason jars. There is one and then the second one. These are mason jars, probably, I don't know, 20 centimeters around. Height of water is like 15 centimeters inside them. There is a little hose going into the bottom, and there is a little bubble stone on those. In the future, I will pull it out and put a glass pipette so it will not react with the nitric acid that I'm producing. So the nitric acid is going to be captured, basically not nitric acid, but nitrogen oxide and dioxide are going to be captured in this. They are going to react with the water to form nitrous and then nitric acid, and yeah, the reactions are going to be on the screen. And then the remaining gas and the gaseous nitric oxides and all this bullshit going to come here and be hopefully neutralized by this tower of water and calcium hydroxide, that is chalk lime or something like that they call it. Inside this, then if there are remaining nitrogen oxides there, then they are going to form calcium nitrate and other salts, nitrite, whatever. Here, probably because I cannot really 100% convert all the ammonia that is going to come, and as you can see, it is already starting to bubble. I'm going to go over that. We cannot convert all the ammonia. Probably it will be captured by the water, and the nitric acid that is left in there is going to react with the ammonia, so probably going to produce some ammonium nitrate in there, but we will see. Yeah, as you can see here you can already see the droplets of ammonia gas. The are also here, you can see it. Oh, fuck. Yeah, there you can see the dots. Ammonia is getting produced, which is really good, and hopefully it will be reacted on the platinum catalyst. Hopefully the torch is close enough. And also I didn't say that there is ice there, because the colder the water, hydrogen peroxide will be more like advanced and better, but because I can't really get hydrogen peroxide in pure form, which would be ideal, I just buy in like a hair salon or something like that product shop that in 12% or maybe even more concentrated, but those are milky and have other side additives basically to stabilize it and all this bullshit, so that wouldn't be clean. It is like milk and syrup, so I won't use that. Yeah, maybe a bit better to have thing oxidized to the nitric acid form, but what I wanted to say is that, yeah, the colder it is, the better the reactability of the water with the nitrous and nitric oxides. I think it is a very good start. Probably there will be improvements made. I'm going to come back and I hope it will work. Fucking brilliant. You can see that it is glowing inside. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. It's going to reduce it a bit. You can see it is fully. How fucking cool is that? How fucking cool is that, bro? Sick, innit? If it does, it really self-sufficient, or is it really so self-sufficient? It does. It is. See, I'm not even heating it. Like, yeah, a bit more, but just gonna reduce the flame. How much does it self? It is really self-sufficient. At least it is like glowing. As you can see, I'm not giving a fucking thing. Yes, it is really dark in here though. The right side is more bright because it is getting in contact with the ammonia first. What happened after this is that I kept heating it from time to time, I mean the catalyst. What happened is that it still kept glowing like this, as you can see, but the time that it took between heating is basically reduced. So the catalyst was less self-sufficient from time to time, and basically the self-sufficiency is reduced as the production of ammonia still kept going. Platinum catalyst was heated until there was no self-sufficiency. Basically, as the torch was cut off, the platinum was just from orange went immediately to black and it didn't glow at all. The reaction like this was carried out for 3 hours. After that, the next day, I wanted to find out what the yield was and checked everything, but to my big unhappiness, the reaction chambers smelled like ammonia, indicating that we produced less nitrogen oxides than ammonia itself. This is due to the fact that the bunched up platinum wire had a low surface area and the ammonia couldn't react, and probably the generated ammonia was more than the actual surface area of the platina could react with. Basically, the improvements for the follow-up video that is going to address all the problems solved and the improvements in it. Basically, the changes would be to change the bubble stones to pipettes, because on one hand the pipettes are made from glass and they will not react with the made nitric acid, so there will be less contaminants one hand, and on the other hand the bubble stones are made from little particles stick together with some type of glue that is absolutely soluble, and basically the nitric acid can react with it, making the bubble stones fall apart completely after time and more concentrated acids. The other thing is that I want to increase the surface area of the catalyst. I am not going to tell you on how in this video. That's going to be in the next video, but if you are interested, check out that. And also fix the pump. So for this reason, I'm going to use a fixed pressure and fixed volume output pressure pump, and also going to buy new stir bars into the stirrer, so the reaction is going to be even faster, in that sense that the ammonia is going to be rejected from the water because the agitation helps to do that, and also to heat it up the solution more, basically. So yeah, these are going to be the changes, and maybe I'm going to come up with some things. If you have enjoyed it, please go like it or subscribe, whatever. It's kind of cringe to us, but it really helps to grow the channel. And if you have any questions, please comment down below and ask them. If you found some problems or some inaccuracies, list that also. It would be my pleasure to correct the video so there's no misinformation carried over. So thanks for the watching, and see you in the next one. Goodbye. Peace. The artwork, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.